Hey there! So, I guess it's time for another background info video about my main channel. But if you're new to this channel or my main channel, my name is László Mársa, and yeah, I do videos about home automation, home networking, DIY electronics, and a little bit of 3D printing. So, the topic of today's video is updates that I've done for my Raspberry Pi cluster. And yeah, it's a funny story. In previous videos in the main channel, I've already hinted that there are power supply problems with the Raspberry Pi cluster, and because I decided to go with an interesting solution, so I made a power distribution module and connected it to a power supply that can provide 5 volts and a lot of amps. That in theory sounds, yeah, very ideal. But it turned out to be not so good. It's because the power supply, upon turning it off, produces large ripples. And yeah, I really tried to work around those with caps and stuff like that, but I still managed to burn some parts with those ripples. Luckily not a Raspberry Pi. At the moment there are, I think, 5 of them attached and an SSD. But luckily for me, nothing really important died. What died because of the ripple was a step-up converter that was there to produce 9.5 or 6 volts, which is needed for the Ethernet switch, which is already which is also part of the cluster. So one of the ripples killed this poor little thing, and at that point I just started to investigate, and I realized that, for example, when I turn the whole thing off, the ripples cause the Raspberry Pi's LEDs to flash quickly and do some weird noises like I won't even try to describe, not coil whine, but something like that, and it sounds scary, especially because there are some 8GB Raspberry Pis 4 in that cluster, and I don't really want to burn those, to be honest. Who would, right? So, what's my solution for this problem with the power supply? Well, I thought to myself, I need a power supply that can be easily replaced, probably not ordered from other part of the world, so I can have a lot of warranty on it, return it, and stuff like that. And also reliable as hell, because once again, that Raspberry Pi cluster will be part of my smart home, especially, to be honest, the heart of my smart home. Heart. Okay. Point is, I came to the conclusion that there's one thing that I can be pretty sure of when it comes to power supply, is that there are ATX PC power supplies out there which obviously can produce 5 volts, because some parts inside the PC use 5 volts, and they can provide a high amount of amps. And they are stable, they are reliable, because PC parts are delicate and often quite expensive. So I decided that I will change the power distribution module and adjust it to be able to connect it to ATX power supply, like this one. So this is an FSP power supply, by the way, and FSP is one of those manufacturers that I wholeheartedly trust. Pretty much in the last, I think, 6 or 7 years, all the PCs that I've built were running with FSP power supplies, and they are reliable. My current editing gaming rig is running with FSP power supply. My home server is running with that. I think the PC I built for my wife is also running on FSP power supply, and now this is an FSP power supply too. So I have high hopes for this guy to solve my problem. So we will see. Hopefully I will soon do a video on the main channel about the version 2 of the Raspberry Pi cluster with the changed format, because I updated the format to be able to quickly replace Raspberry Pis in case if it's needed, and add or remove SSDs and made the whole thing much more modular than it was. So I will have to replace the power supply there and make some tests, but again, I have really high hopes. Also, some other news before finishing this video is that I got a new toy, and I'm really excited about this. So this is a desoldering gun, and actually I think I've seen this one reviewed by Voltlog and some other channels like a year ago or something like that, and since then I was pretty excited to have one. Unfortunately, so far they weren't really sold outside of China, and I didn't really want to pay all the taxes and import costs and whatnot, because this is over the cost limit where those extra taxes and import costs are avoided. I mean, there's a limit in the EU, I think 22 euros or something like that, and under that you can import whatever you want from wherever part of the world without paying taxes and import costs. But about that, well, yeah, it's a hefty amount of money. But now Banggood is offering these and other electronics things in even in the central EU, like yeah, okay, I can't recall where this was coming from. Czechia, I think, or some other stuff I ordered came from Belgium, and so Banggood just built a lot of warehouses within Europe, and now it's much easier to order more expensive stuff like this. So since I'm doing a lot of desoldering, because I try to reuse parts, I'm trying to be a green guy, and I'm trying to not to throw out parts that I can use. I do a lot of desoldering, and yeah, I try to save parts from electronics like old printers and motherboards and whatnot. So hopefully this will make my life easier. Also, not to mention stuff like repairing and yeah, things like that. So I'm not sure if I will do a review video on this. Maybe, I mean, there's a lot of reviews out there already. Maybe I will just show it how it works in my next vlog video. I don't know. Anyways, there's a lot of projects going on, and I will show info about those soon, and hopefully with all the room and the lab and what not normalized now, and this whole moving thing finished, I will be able to produce videos a lot faster than before. So interesting times ahead. Anyway, these are the two important things I wanted to tell you about today, and now it's time to say goodbye. So thanks for watching this. I hope you liked it, and yeah, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel or my main channel, or actually both. I would be very happy to hear that or see that. And yeah, hope to see you next time, next week, with another video in this channel or the other one. Anyway, take care guys, bye.